today's lesson. Let's recap what we did last class. Can anybody remember what we did last class? Yes, Gina? Yes, we looked at the sole trader business. And can anybody tell me what's the sole trader business? Yes, Rosanna? When one person starts and operates a business. Is she correct, class?
Yes, miss.
Yes, very good. Okay. Before we get into today's topic, I have an activity for you to do. The activity is called Find Your Business Partner. What's it called?
Find your business partner.
Okay. So on these flashcards, I have some skills. Things that you're skilled in, things that you're good at. So from the card, I'll randomly give it to you, and then you will go around and find your business partner, meaning find somebody who's doing something that could match your skills and you can start a business. You think you understand?
Yes.
Okay, let's do that quickly. You'll have a minute to go around and find your business partner. Did I miss anybody?
Oh my God. Yes.
Let me get one for her.
What do you get to pick? Let's see how we on this.
Okay, tell me when you're ready, right? Everybody.
Hey, you want to come a bit closer? It's empty at the front part.
Okay. And go
Okay.
get Good job, yeah. You ready?
Yes,
Okay, let's see which partner wants to go first. Okay. What do you do, girls? And what are you going to do? What business are you starting? And what will you do in the salon? Here it is. Very good. Very good. Next group. Are you guys ready? What are you going to start? Works well with Daniel. And together, what business are you starting? She could say she works well with camera and she does poses. So what business are you starting? You're going to take on what? And pictures, right? So they said they're going to start a photography business. Very good. Next group. Yes, Taylor. Good at baking. Good at decorating. And what business are we starting? A bakery. And what are you selling? What are you decorating? Cakes. Very good. Very good. Next group. Next group. Let's have the girls. Good at sewing. Good at designing. Okay, and together, what business are you starting? A designer company. Very good. Give yourselves a clap. Now have you seen to me? What we just did there was yes, put away the phone, please. What we just did there is we joined together your skills to start a business. Now, when two or more persons join together to start and operate a business, it is called a partnership. What is it called?
A partnership.
Very good. So, today's topic is a partnership business. What is it?
A partnership business.
Okay, and the objectives of today's lesson will be at the end of this lesson, you the students will be able to correctly define the term partnership, accurately state examples of partnership, correctly state some features of partnership, and you will be able to differentiate between advantages and disadvantages of a partnership business. Okay, we'll now get into what exactly is a partnership.
Good. So now we're going to go into what is partnership. Based on the definition we have here, a partnership is
business owned by 2 to 20 persons depending on the local law. So every country will have their own law and their own definition of what a partnership business is. In Guyana, it's 2 to 20 persons. Right? A partnership is where owners share responsibility. So you can't have a business with 2 persons and 1 person doing all the work. No, you must share responsibility. A partnership is where profits are shared and also your loss. Remember, sole trader, when we get sole trader is owned by how many persons? 1 person, and that person, of course, they would get all the profits, right? And also, they would get all the losses too. However, in a partnership, the profits are shared and also the losses. A partnership includes shared risk. Can anybody tell me what you understand by shared risk? Okay, anybody else? Anybody else? Huh? What's a risk? If you're taking a risk, what do you mean? Good. So I'll give you an example. If you have a business, you open a business with somebody. Okay, that's an example of taking a risk, but if it's in the context with a partnership business, if you're taking a risk, walking on the restaurant at a company. Good, good. So you're sharing a risk because you want to open this business, right? It's a risk. You don't know if, let's say for example, food is highly competitive. You don't know if you will get customers, you don't know if your food will sell out, if people at the end of the day will buy or throw it away and all your profits are on the drain. So shared risk, right? And the last one, combine skills, ideas, and resources. So a partnership business includes a combination of skills, ideas, and resources, where every partner will bring something to the table. You can't come and you say, okay, this I want to open a business with you. What are you bringing to the table? Myself. That's that. You have to be able to bring some kind of skill, some kind of idea, or resources. Right? Some of the key features of a partnership business. Number 1, we have shared decision making. Can anybody tell me what you understand by that? What do I mean when I say shared decision making? Sharing ideas. Sharing ideas. Everybody decide which one?
Everybody got shared decision.
Why y'all using my shared decision in y'all definition?
No, miss. I just
So shared decision making is basically you can't make a decision by yourself. You must have a discussion with your partner or the partners in the business. Good. Everybody comes to one conclusion and makes a decision, right? And next one, share profits and losses. Well, we spoke about that earlier. When the profits and losses must be shared among the partners. Unlimited liability. What do we mean by unlimited liability? Anybody want to try? No. Anybody want to try? So unlimited liability is where the partners are responsible for any debt. For example, let's say the business owes the
The business owes some company 5 million. However, the business made it 5 million. So who do you think gotta pay? The business owners now will have to go into their personal pockets to pay this money off. Right? So that's what we mean by unlimited liability. The partners are responsible for any debt that the company owes. Even if the company don't have the money, they will have to find it. Excuse me? Good. The next one, partnership agreement. Partnership agreement is similar to shared decision making, whereby partners must agree, they must come to one conclusion, right? And the final one there, combined skills and resources. We spoke a little bit about this just now when we say that each partner must be able to bring some kind of skill, ideas, or resources to this business, right? So now we're going to move on to three real-life examples of partnership businesses that can be found in Guyana. The first one, which I am a part of, is my dance school. And it is owned by myself along with my colleague, thank you, Miss Serena. And our share roles would be teaching, planning, managing events. So the two of us, we have this dance school. My role over there, good. So my role in this dance school, I can't teach dancers that don't have any experience. I don't have the patience to teach dancers that cannot dance. So that's where she comes in. She has the patience to teach those dancers. Me, on the other hand, I can only teach those experienced dancers. The second one is waste management. Y'all know this company? Y'all know this company, right? Kuran's Brothers is Total Inc. And this is owned by three brothers who pool their resources to form a waste management company. Y'all didn't know that, right? You yourself didn't know it before. I always thought it was two, but when I did my research, I saw it was three brothers and not two. Next example, A. Alien Son. Everybody's supposed to know A. Alien Son, right? You want to know A. Alien Son? A. Alien Son can be found where? In movie town. It's in movie town. It wasn't Gifford. I think it moved from Gifford and now it's in movie town. They also have a lot of branches in Burmese too. So A. Alien Son was founded by the father Ahmed Ali, and it's a family-owned business. Now, I know a lot of y'all just walk on Regent Street. So when you're walking on Regent Street, y'all ever see these signs that got somebody and son, or this body and son. Shots too, right? You always see and son. You don't really see and daughters, but you always see and sons, right? So those businesses right here, those are partnership businesses. Does anybody have any other example you can think of? Examples of partnership businesses that you think can be found in Guyana? Name. Ned and Sons. Good. Anybody else? Anybody else? If you come across any other and Sons, or if you know that there's a specific business that is owned by 2 to 20 persons. School? Which school? Princeton Secondary School is a partnership business. Keep it also is owned by who? You gotta tell me, And? Remember, it's a partnership business, so the business must be owned by 2 to 20 persons, not one person. Alright. Dave and Danny, good. And we're all familiar with Dave and Danny's on Sheriff Street, right? Good. Good. So all the examples that we mentioned just now, what does these examples have in common? One, shared decision making. making. You mentioned this before. Shared profit, shared losses, unlimited liability, skills combined, partnership agreement. So let me just give you an example of the shared decision. Let's go with shared decision making. Let's start from the top. For me, with my dance school, we would have to, my partner and I, any decision that had to be made, if I want to do something, I have to run it by her. If she wants to do something, she would have to run it by me, right? Shared profit. Of course, if the dance school gets a big contract, right? And if we have expenses, we pay off those expenses, and whatever is remaining, we would divide it among the two of us. Shared losses. Not all the time the dance school would actually have contracts. Sometimes we do a lot of free performances. And if you have to go to perform, you have to get cost too. So where you think the money come from? Correct. Which goes on to unlimited liability because we have all these debts. The dance school don't have any money. So we have to pay now from our pocket. Recently, my dad who had 2 performances, and I think the total bill was 200 or something per cost. So I had to end up going into my pocket, and I paid 90-something thousand from my pocket, and I'm yet to get back that money, right? So that right there is unlimited liability. Skills combined. So like I mentioned, my partner, she is very good with training the ones that don't have any experience, while me on the other hand, I would develop the ones that already have the experience, right? And the last one, partnership agreement, which goes back with shared decision making. You must agree. You must agree. Yes, you will have disagreements, but at the end of the day, you must come to some sort of conclusion. Right? So, when you get older, even now, if you're thinking about opening a business with anybody, just have these in mind. Just make sure, or just prepare your mind that you have to share decision making, you have to share profit, share your losses. There will be unlimited liability. You have to combine your skills, and you must have some kind of agreement. If you know you can't do these things, then you should just go into the sole trader aspect and not into the partnership business. Right? Any questions so far? Any questions so far? You understand what the partnership business is? We understand some of the key features of a partnership, and we know some of the examples of a partnership business, right? Good. So now we're going to look at the advantages and the disadvantages of a partnership business. So I would like to have 2 groups, and I'm going to give you some cards. You're going to sort all these cards. You're going to let me know which one you think would be an advantage, which one you think would be a disadvantage, based on what you would have discussed earlier. So let me have, I want to shout out. So you, now they come over here, she can go over there. So you come here. You can go over there. No, you stay here. You can go over there. Yeah. Good. The prize that we have is shared profit. Shared profit. Is that a disadvantage or advantage? Disagreement. Shared workload. Unlimited liability. Partner leaves, partnership ends. More skills and ideas. Easier to raise capital. Shared responsibility. The group that finishes first wins. Let's go. Okay, take your time. Okay, so one person will hold all the advantages, and next person hold all the disadvantages. One person hold. Alright, so the person with the advantages start. Okay, count how many cards you have. Count how many you have. How many you have? Okay. He has 6, which means for disadvantages, how many do you have? 3. 3. How many you have? 3? Oh, you probably 6 and how many you have? 5? 6. 6. Okay. Let's see. Let me see. Alright, let's go through. 6, thank you. I'll collect the advantage in a few. Alright, so both groups. This is advantages. Both groups have easier to raise capital. Is that an advantage? Yes. Why? Why is it easier to raise capital? Good. Because both partners are, remember it's not only 2 to 20 persons. So all the partners would pool their resources so it would be easier to raise capital. Right? So good. That's an advantage. Let me see. Good. So both groups have shared responsibility. So correct. That is an advantage. What do we mean by shared responsibility? Share the workload. Yes, we share the workload. Anything else besides share the workload? Sharing ideas, yeah. Anybody else? Okay, so we have a fair idea of what we mean when we say share responsibilities, right? Good, let me see. Okay, so both groups have more skills and ideas, meaning good, it means every partner in the group must have some skills, must come with some ideas. So the more the merrier, right? So you have more than one skill, you have more than one idea. That is an advantage, right? Good, it means every partner in the group must have some skills, must come with some ideas. So the more the merrier, right? So you have more than one skill, you have more than one idea. That is an advantage, right? Okay, both groups have simple to 4. Why is this an advantage? Why is this an advantage? Simple to 4, why?
Because it's 2 or more people come together and make one day basis. And build.
But why is it simple to form? Because
Different ideas. Different ideas. No risk.
I'm looking for something. Because anybody else? Why is it simple to form? Okay, so it's simple to form because there's no like legal requirements when you're forming a partnership with. Because for me, when my partner and I, when we were opening a dance school, all we did was submit a basic registration and that was it. Right? But it depends on the business, if it's a profit making business and so on. Of course, you have to pay your tax at GRA, you have to get your compliance and NIS, but it all depends on what your partnership business is about. Right? So it's very simple to form. Next one, shared profits. Advantage, why? Okay, so both groups were incorrect. Shared profit is a disadvantage. It's not an advantage. Why is it a disadvantage? So because you have to spend the money. As compared to sole trader, when you get all the profit, but in a partnership, you cannot get everything. The profits must be shared. But it's 4 persons in this business, and it's 100,000. Everybody gets 25,000. If it was a sole trader, you would get your own 100,000. Right? So this is not an advantage. It's a disadvantage. And the last one, shared workload. Why is this an advantage? Good, yes. And one person won't have the burden of doing everything. Right? The workload is shared. Good. Let me see the disadvantages that you have. Alright, so now I can continue. Alright, so both groups have the same thing for a disadvantage. We spoke about these. We spoke about this. Profit must be shared. The other 3. First one, disagreements. Disagreements may occur. Why? Good. Everybody wants the company to use their idea. Right? So you will have disagreements, but at the end of the day, you must come to one conclusion. Unlimited liability. Why is that a disadvantage? Because if the business owes and the business don't have any money, the business partners or the business owners will now have to take that money from your personal pocket to pay off any debt that the company owes or the business owes. Right? And the last one, partnership may end if one partner leaves. Why is that a disadvantage? Good. So, for example, my dance school, if my partner decides to leave the dance school, will it still be a partnership?
No.
What will it be? No, it will be a sole trader business. Right? Good. So now, let's connect back the ideas that we would have mentioned, so the examples that I would have mentioned. So number 1, how does shared workload apply to the dance school? I mentioned it earlier. How do you think the workload applies to the dance school?
Mr. You work with fast learners and your learning work is slow.
Good. Another example would be, let's say we have a production coming up. We know in this dance production, we would like to do 20 dances, right? We have to share the workload because one person can teach all 20 dances, right? One person can teach 10 dances and the other can teach 10. Good. The next one. Would siblings argue in a business?
Yes.
Even without the business, siblings always arguing. I don't know what y'all with my siblings tonight. Oh my gosh.
This one is the can't live them.
Good. So much is in a business, right? Siblings will definitely argue in a business, but of course, for the business sake, they must resolve any issues and conflict. The next one. Why must profit be shared?
Because you're not working by yourself.
Good. You're not working by yourself. Any other idea? Or you just hope you want to bet on. Anybody else? Why must profit be shared? If me open a business and we make 1 million, why am I sharing this 1 million with you?
Because everybody likes you.
Oh, not everybody. I asked it up. Nobody got shared. Nobody got shared. So why am I sharing this profit with you again?
Because I'm working with you.
Because we are partners. Right? Good. And the last one. How does unlimited liability affect partners?
It's because you're going to take all the money out of your pocket.
Good. For example, so we turn it back to the examples that we use. So unlimited liability would affect the partner. I mentioned how it affects my dad's school. How would you think that it affects Quran Brothers? Quran Brothers, we use that as one of the examples, the way this wholesale company. How do you think unlimited liability would affect that company?
Being broke.
Not
Not
enough
enough customers.
Not enough customers. Alright, so Quran Brothers deals with what? With disposal, right? Setting up a garage and so on. So how does unlimited liability apply to waste disposal? How will it affect waste disposal or waste disposal management?
Like, I don't know if it costs or how it is disposed, but if using electricity, so I get a money. And if they were paying, they should not.
Anybody else? So of course, how will it affect the partners for Quran Brothers, these big garage trucks? I don't know how the magic works at the back in the garage truck. I don't know how it works. But let's say for example, all of their garbage truck break down. All break down and the company don't have any money to fix it. The garbage around the city today is going on for weeks because there's no garbage truck to collect it. Right? What do you think will happen there? Oh, they will have to go into their pocket in order to fix or buy new garbage trucks. Right? Any questions on what we would have discussed so far? Any questions? You understand what a partnership is? You understand the key features of partnership. We know some examples. We know what are some of the advantages and what are some of the disadvantages. Right? Good. So now we're going to just summarize and conclude the lesson.
Let's conclude the lesson by going back to our opening activity where we're thinking back to the partner you match with at start of our class. You combine skills to create a business idea, and that is exactly how real partnership is formed. Now, I have one question for you. Based on what we have learned today, why would parent skills make your business stronger? Why would parent skill makes your business stronger? Anyone? Okay, let's hear from Vian. Why would parent skill makes your business stronger.
Pairing skills gives you combined skills, which makes the business strong.
Is that correct, class?
Yes.
Give her a round of applause. That is an excellent answer, and of such, you deserve a token for that. Right? Now, next, what type of business structure were you forming? What type of business structure were you forming? Anyone? What type of business structure are you forming? Amario. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Partnership is the business structure that we were forming. Give him a round of applause. Here is the token also. Yes, you're welcome. Now, let's recap basically all the points that we would have discussed for today's session. Now, we'd have talked about what is partnership, and we said that partnership is a business owned by 2 to how many? 2 to 20 persons, depending on what? Local laws within the country. Now, who agree to share things like ownership, responsibilities, risk, and even profits? Right? We then move on to say that a partnership can form. Who can form a partnership? How many persons? 2 to 20 persons when they decide to operate a business together, can form a partnership. Are you clear, students? We further went on to outline or highlight key features of partnership, where we would have said that shared decision making is one key feature, shared profits and losses, unlimited liability in most cases, partnership agreement must be there, combined skills and combined skills and resources. Now, we further discuss about some various advantages and disadvantages, where we stated that shared workload. Isn't that clear? Sharing the workload. The pressure is not on one person, right? People are sharing skills. It's not only 2 persons, it's more than 2. So, sharing of skills. Now, we talk about more ideas are combined. We talk about easier access to capital, and it is also simple to form. Now, we also highlighted some key disadvantages, where we state that sharing of profits is a disadvantage because we don't want to do what? When you have money or you're profiting from something, do you like to share the money?
No.
Exactly. So it's a disadvantage because you have to share what you would have earned, right? Disagreements may occur because you have so many people. What is happening? Disagreement can be there. Not everyone would want the same or come to a same solution for maybe a problem or so. We have unlimited liability, and partnership may dissolve if one partner leaves. We are now moving on to the question and answer segment, where I want all of you to close your books. Close all books. Now, the first question is, which key feature of partnership seemed most important to you? Which key feature of partnership seemed the most important to you? Let's hear from Manita. Is that correct, class?
Yes, sir.
She deserves a token for that. That's an excellent answer. Give her a round of applause. You're welcome. Now, based on what we discussed today, share one advantage of partnership. One advantage of partnership. Zoanta, let's hear from you.
Easier access to capital.
Easier access to capital. Fantastic. You earned a token, and here you go. Give her a round of applause for that. Now, Final question. What is one disadvantage of partnership that we would have discussed today? One disadvantage of partnership. Okay, Deshaun.
Disagreement may occur.
Exactly. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes, exactly. That's a major risk. Disagreement may occur. And this is a token also for you. Give him a round of applause. We have done a great job defining the partnership structure. Next class, we are going to talk about a structure where many people come together not just to share profits, but to meet a common need. We will be discussing, or rather talking about another business structure, another form of business structure, and that is called cooperatives. Now, think about how business ownership changes when the focus shifts from making maximum profit for owners to maximizing benefits for a large group of members. Now, this would have brought us to the end of today's session based on partnership. See you then. Have a great day.
You too, sir.
Thank you.